Good afternoon to everybody, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Monika Ferlitsch. I am a chair of Quality Improvement Committee of ESGE, and I am very happy to be here with the working group leader of APP, Miguel Areia, with Paraskevas Gkolfakis, leader of the working group of ERCP, and we have the first certificate of ECEQ, a doctor who received this first certificate. I would like to tell you a bit about the story of Quality Improvement Committee, which is just a teenager. It was implemented in 2013 by Matt Rutter, after we have learned that the quality of endoscopy can improve outcomes of our patients. After many, many efforts of Matt Rutter, Ralph Bishops was the chair, and he invented, together with all working group leaders, the key performance measurements, all together with Matt Rutter, on quality, to measure quality of endoscopy, not only of colonoscopy, which is very good known to us, but also for gastroscopy, EOS, RCP, capsule endoscopy, and enteroscopy. But the problem is that not everybody is able to measure the quality of the endoscopies at the moment. We have many initiatives on lower GI endoscopy in many countries, but not everywhere. And to able to measure this quality, the Quality Improvement Committee and ESGE, under the lead of Ralph Bishops, developed an application, the QIC application, which you can download of the homepage of ESGE, and you can insert the data of your procedures. And if you do this, you will receive a certificate for ESGE enhancing commitment to enhancing quality, so which is very important. And today it's a very exciting day because we will overhand the first certificate, because the problem is not only to know about the measuring of quality, but also about the disseminating the quality. When we know about our quality, we can only improve this, and we will also can get a benchmark with other ESG participants, and then we can learn how to be better. And now I would like to ask a question to Miguel Areia, which is the leader of working group of Upper GI. Yes. So how is it for you to use this app? And
okay, so the app is running for Upper GI now for 5 years already, and it's perfectly working, and it's very simple, and it's very clinical and everyday basis, case-based. So you can decide just after finishing your report, after seeing your patient, in less than 1 minute, is it possible to finish all the report and respond to all the questions, and you have your case already introduced. So you can do it just by the end of the procedure. You can decide if you have a very busy schedule, to wait for the last exam of the day, and then you take 5-10 minutes of your day, and you can introduce all the cases for that day, or eventually you can decide somewhere around the year to stop and go to the reports and upload 100 reports, which is what we are asking for people from ESG to get a certificate by the end of the year. So the main thing of the app, so it's available on your phone or on your screen. It's free for people that are members of the ESG society. And the other thing is, it is built with very simple questions, like yes or no questions, that are related to all the quality parameters that we proposed in 2016 on the guidelines. So with very simple questions, yes or no, in 30 seconds, 1 minute, you finish your report, and then you get the numbers. Immediately you get the numbers of your report, of your quality parameters, which is much more easier without this app, because most of us, unfortunately, we don't have a system that gives us the number. And if you don't have the app, and if you don't use the app, it's very difficult to go to the report, try to see if it goes along all the things that we are suggesting in the European society, and it's very tricky and it's very complicated. With the app, it's so easy that it's very easy to get 100 cases for upper GI, and you get your certificate by the end of the year.
And the idea is just to do it after every procedure while you're waiting for the printer, printing out the endoscopy report. You put it into the app, and then you will get your quality measured. And then you know where you are, and you will get advice from us how you can improve the quality in your unit.
Yeah. Another question. So, what we are intending with the European Society is not to blame any person in particular, and the idea is to get the quality not of only yourselves but your department. So the better idea is someone from your department that it's an ESGE member to apply for the app. So you have to send a mail from the ESGE website to ask to have access to upper GI or lower GI or both or ERCP, whatever. So you have to ask for the access, and when you get the access, you give your password to all the members of your department and ask for them to upload their cases. Instead of me uploading 100 upper GIs, if everybody in my department uploads 10 or 20, it's even more easier, and then you get a picture of your department. And sometimes you get surprises with some answers that you get. But then you can improve, which is what we intend with the quality department. Yeah.
Paris. How is it for you? Because ERCP is a very ambitious procedure sometimes. So, which quality parameters can we measure with the app within of the ERCP? And
first of all, we're very happy that after having online since 5 years now the document that precises the performance measures that we should measure during the ERCP. That was the first very important step. Now, since 2 months from early this year, we have the application that is available. It's just a simple email that one of the departments should send to ESGE in order to get access to the application. And this application for ERCP especially is orientated to the performance measures that are described in the document. So we measure 5 simple quality indicators like successful cannulation, successful stone extraction, placement of a stent, adequate antibiotic prophylaxis, and the rate of post-ERCP pancreatitis. There is a slight difference regarding lower GI. You cannot do that actually just after the ERCP. You have to wait a couple of hours to see if the patient will eventually not, develop post-ERCP pancreatitis. So what I do in my personal practice is that every morning I upload the cases of the last day, 5, 6, 7 cases, a short amount of work, 1 minute per procedure, something like that, in my iPhone. And early in the morning, I'm done with this task. I think it's very, very important because we know now, as Monika highlighted, that, okay, it's very good to know that it's important to measure quality because it is directly associated with patient outcomes. But now we also have a tool, a simple, free available tool that we can use in order to measure our quality, because the vast majority of the hospitals in my country do not have a software dedicated to extracting quality indicators. So this tool gives us this opportunity. I would grab the opportunity of this event to call all colleagues to use the application.
Thank you. So it's easy to use. Everybody, every ESGE member just can download, just can go to our webpage and to do, and I'm very, very happy. It's a very exciting moment for me, Juraj, because you are the first person, the first doctor to which I will hand over the certificate. It's valid for 2 years, so the first, it looks like this. And we certificate the Narodny Onkologiczny Ustaw in Bratislava, so that's the first certificate receiver. So please stand up, that's for you. Thank you for taking part. For making our efforts to be something very special and something important. So, and now I have questions to you, so congratulations.
Thank you.
How was it for you? Why have you started to use it?
Actually, we wanted to improve the quality of our endoscopies among young endoscopists. So we thought of this kind of multi-centric project, and we addressed many young endoscopists in our society, and we connected, like, I think 14 centers. There were 16 endoscopists, and we all did this procedure. We all uploaded our colonoscopies, and we wanted to know where our limits may be, what can we improve for the future, or maybe we can focus on something in hands-on trainings or something like that, so we can perform better colonoscopies.
Monika, may I ask something also?
Yes, for sure.
And did you recognize any part that you could improve your practice based on the results of the application?
Yeah, sometimes forget to measure the time of withdrawal, so I have to take care of this. And I just came to knowledge that my ADR is around 50%, which I think is great. So there are some good findings from this application.
And in practical terms, how do you use the application? You do that after each case? You do that at the end of the day, once per month? And how much time does it take overall?
Well, it depends on the clinical scenario. If it's acute procedure, it takes few seconds. And if it's, I think, if it's screening colonoscopy, it's the longest loop. It might take for, I don't know, 3 minutes. It's not very long time. And I did it every month for 2 to 3 months. I collected the data, and then watching TV, I just uploaded the data.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, so this is a slight difference between upper GI and all the other ones. So for upper GI, is it possible to upload just after the exam? Because the data is all together in that precise moment. For colonoscopy, for ERCP, you have to wait for adverse events or to know if it was really an adenoma that was detected. So you have to make it afterwards, the next day, or in 1 month you pick up cases from the previous months that you have the histology.
You also have to wait for the histology to upload, so you can't do it right after the procedure.
A thing you can do whenever you want. You can just take 1 weekend or 2 days of your working days and upload all the cases that you want from the previous months, whatever. So this is a slight difference, but the main idea is that it's very simple, very straightforward, quite simple questions, or yes or no, or was it an adenoma, yes, or did you have a complication, yes, whatever. So it should not take more than 1 minute. So the longest loop, I presume, can take 2-3 minutes if it was a screening colonoscopy where you took several polyps and you have to put histology, or eventually in a Barrett esophagus that you did the Prague classification and you did the Seattle protocol and then you found dysplasia. So, but these are very rare cases. In most cases, in 30 seconds, you just do it.
Monika, I have a question for you as a chair of the committee. So now we have documents for almost all procedures, upper GI, lower GI, ERCP, US, small bowel, etc. We have applications for almost everything, and the rest will be available in a couple of months. What will be the next step for the committee, from your point of view, for our society?
Thank you for this question. The next very important step is to as first to design benchmarks. So we have them already designed for upper GI and lower GI. We'll send it to you and also to all other Slovak hospitals, because it's not only your clinic which will receive certificate. We will hand over certificates to many others just after. And the next step is just to look with you, with the committee, which of parts of the app or which of key performance measurements are applicable to all everyday endoscopic units, and which we should include in the update of our key performance measurements standardized reportings. And one of the next steps is also to design standardized reporting for endoscopic procedures, because we still do not have. So we have many projects which we are on it, but the main point is just to learn from the data inserted, to understand what we can make and what we cannot make. If nobody uses some classification, although it's the best classification, we probably need to think about another classification. If the measure is not fulfilled by anybody of ESGE, it's not necessary to measure it. And then we would need to design some studies to improve the quality and to improve the measures and to make it be done better in the better time. And I'm not sure how long we will use the app. We will use it probably in the next 5 years to 10 years. But one of our largest goals would be to make the implementation of all quality measures within of the endoscopic report, within of a standardized electronic endoscopic reports where the data can be extracted and everybody knows about the quality and we can compare and we can improve. But it's still a long way to go. I am very happy to be a part of this way with you. So, and also thank you to Juraj to be a part of this story, because you never can improve when you don't know where you are. So that's the only way for improving. So as Miguel told already, we don't want to blame anybody. So we are not doing anything with this data, but we want to understand. And you want to understand with your department where the problems are and how you can improve, or you see, oh, my ADR is 50. I'm very happy. And before, you had any idea about how it is. So this would be, for me, the next steps. But Miguel, do you have any?
Yeah, well, so first of all, all of the guidelines that were published on performance measures in the last year will be updated in this year and the next year. And then following that, also the questions from the app will be updated from the new guidelines that will come up. And hopefully this will promote software developers to include some of the measures already there, because we don't want, ESG never wanted to create one reporting software to be used by everybody and to replace the existing ones, because in every country we have 5, 10 or even more. But we want to promote quality in terms of people understand that it's important for them to put in the reports some things that are not there. And with this, we can push them forward. So this is also one of the main messages. And another message I would like to tell is that what we are measuring with the app is that if people are reporting things in terms in quality. What I mean with this, sometimes we are doing things with quality, but we forget to report that in the report. And that's why it is so important this that Monika said, that we will promote a standardized reporting. For instance, if people took 7 minutes to make a withdrawal in the colon, but they forget to put it in the report, it will be missing. So you are doing well, but you are forgetting to reporting it well. And then when you go to the app and you say, did you report that you put 7 minutes? Oops, I forgot. So it's a no. And the value will be lower. But then when you see the results, you see, okay, this is a point to update. I'm doing well, but I'm reporting badly. So how can I improve this? So what we did in my hospital, so once a year, we gather together, all the doctors, and we show our reports. And then suddenly we see that we only have, for instance, in upper GI, we should take 10 pictures for a normal endoscopy. And our result was 25%. Just 1 in every 4 endoscopies. And suddenly people started looking around and said, oops, so probably it's also my fault. But then when we look, and you know, for instance, that gastric cancer in Portugal, it's very relevant. And everybody says that he does biopsies according to the MAPS protocol. But then, when people pick up the numbers, it was 95%. Okay, it's almost perfect, but someone is missing. Or he missed reporting. Probably he did well, but he forgot to write it. Yeah. And so these are the messages. Once a year, you get the numbers, and you see points where you can improve. You are good, but you forgot it, or you are not so good, and you really have to improve it. So these are the messages that we want with the app and the numbers.
So thank you to all of you for this exciting discussion. Now we are at the point where we can measure quality, and please apply for the certificate. You are all welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.